recording. If in case you want to access this session's recording, you will be able to access it easily. So I have just started the session and the recording. So let us start. Welcome you all. Great to see you all. Welcome to UEA. Welcome to the UK. Welcome to Norwich Business School. We are really very happy to see you all. I'm very sorry that we couldn't be together physically in the same room, but I would like to think that our minds and hearts are together, and we are together in this journey. And despite all the challenges and difficulties and hardships facing us, I believe that this will be a great year for all of us, for all your learning journeys. It will be an incredible year for asset creation and creativity and your professional development. I'm hoping that this master's program in human resources management will be a great opportunity for you to kickstart your career. So here are my welcome slides. So this is our welcome session. Welcome everyone. Great to see you again at UEA. So you can find these contact details. I will be sharing you the slides. So again, once again, for those who have just joined us, welcome to our master's program in human resource management. Welcome to Norwich Business School and welcome to UEA. As we are apart, I wanted to share a cartoon with you. Although we are not together physically, I thought that sharing a cartoon might make things more close. I really want to connect with you, with every one of you. Therefore, I prepared this cartoon for you. So this is my welcome message to you. Welcome everyone. This is exciting. Great to see you all here. It is fascinating that we are all here and we share this fine moment. We are starting a new academic year with all our hopes. And it will be, I think, a great shared journey of learning. And despite all the challenges, I think we will have a great academic year. It will get better and better, hopefully in the new year, when we are able to come together in our seminars and lectures. It will get better, even better. So if you feel a bit down regarding the circumstances around us, my first message is that keep your morale up. It'll get better. Keep calm, move on. Let's get started. It'll be a great academic year. And this all depends on our mindset. And I think we need to transform our mindset and really think positively about this year, this upcoming year. And I really believe that we will have a great experience together. So the HRM course, it is a focused course on the function of human resources in modern organizations. We will give you practical analytical tools and insights to help you work in HR departments as a professional, as a manager, in multinational companies, and in all kinds of organizations all over the world, ideally. So it prepares you to launch a successful career in the global sector. It requires no prior knowledge of HR or business. So we will be preparing you for the world of business and human resources. So if you look at the modules, you can see 6 core modules here. The first semester, you will be taking the first 3 courses: managing people and organizations, strategic marketing, and accounting and financial management. So these will be your first semester courses, which are all compulsory. You will be learning about the fundamental functions of business this semester. And then in the next semester, there will be management skills and personal development. I will be teaching this module. I'm extremely excited about this module. We will start this in area. Hopefully, I will be seeing you in person, fingers crossed, in classes for this module. I'm extremely excited and looking forward to meeting you all for this management skills and personal development module. You also have courses on business leadership and integrated business decisions, but you also have 4 optional modules, as you can see here. One about leadership, one about managing across the globe, one about innovation, and one about advanced performance systems and HR systems. So these are the modules that you will be taking in our program. Let me tell you a little bit about how you can best spend this year in terms of your learning and career development. So these are the top 10 employable skills required by British employers. Let's have a look. Not only British, but these are employability skills required by employers worldwide, actually. These are the most critical professional skills you will need to kickstart your career. Communication, interpersonal skills, problem-solving skills, initiative, working under pressure with deadlines. And then what do we have? Organizational skills, teamwork, ability to learn and adapt, numeracy, valuing diversity, and negotiation. So I want you to think about each of these 10 skills over the course of this academic year. So you have 12 months. Hopefully next September, in this time, next year, you will be finished with your master's program. You will have submitted all your courses, coursework, and module work next year at this time. And you will be ready for graduation. You will have succeeded this journey. So that means you are already very close to the job market. Therefore, in the next 12 months, my recommendation is please track where you are currently. Keep a diary. I always keep a diary for my learning and personal development. So I always keep it with me wherever I go. And I keep track of all my reflections, goals here. So what I recommend is keep a track of your current skills. In each skill set, where are you right now? Make a note. Do you have any example or evidence currently in your life to show to your potential employers, and see which areas, which skills are you are not particularly strong at, let's say. How can you develop these skills over the next 12 months? Think about how you can track your learning and progress and skill development in these 10 domains. How can you better develop these skills in the next 12 months? Can you add more evidence to on your CV, on your professional profiles? How can you do that? Think about this systematically so that next year at this time, you will have a very good inventory of all these top 10 skills, hopefully. So these top 10 skills are really critical. I recommend you create evidence inside your academic studies as well as outside your academic studies, as you see here in the examples in the chart. This is a great video about how international economy has changed. I won't be showing it right now, but you will have access slides and you can download it and watch it from the slides. Let me tell you a little bit about what is going on in the world of business, which are really exciting. And I want to share my own curiosity and excitement about my recent learning, so that hopefully you will get also inspired and want to learn more. So let's look at top 10 most valuable brands of this year as of today. And we see Amazon is at the top, Google, Apple, and Microsoft. As you see, these 4 companies are the top 4 brands in the world. And technology dominates the most valuable brands as of today. We see a South Korean company, Samsung, is number 5. And we also see the emergence and rising power of 3 Chinese companies, as you see here. So increasingly, the most valuable brands are becoming technology companies. As you see, 9 of these are in technology. when we look at top 100 most valuable brands in the world, we see that the major cluster is North America, and it is sort of expected. So you see the clusters of technology companies. Technology companies clearly dominate. They are the most valuable brands worldwide. We also see some companies across Europe in this chart, as you see. We also have some British companies. But what is most interesting is the rise of Asia. You can see the rise of especially Chinese companies. They are ready to dominate the next 10 years, the next decade in business. And we would expect that Chinese companies in particular, they will increase their power and dominance across business, technology, and innovation. Some of the most valuable brands in technology and in business, they will emerge from Asia. The world's gross capital is shifting to Asia, and that will influence some of the major global developments in human resources and in organizations. Let's look at this 1 trillion club. There are 4 companies which have surpassed $1 trillion market capitalization. What are these? Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Alphabet. Combined, they have a combined value of $4.7 trillion, which is huge. And their values are increasing exponentially. So what we see is actually the dominance of technology companies. They are becoming dominant in every aspect of our lives today. I have written an article on this because I became very curious about this phenomenon. Whenever I want to learn more about any topic, I just write an article about it. That's the best way to learn about an issue. So this is my article. You can click on the link to read more. I'll send you the slides, but there's a new acronym in town, FATMAN. What are these companies that form up this acronym? Facebook, Alphabet, Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Amazon, and Netflix. So these are the top 7 technology companies that are dominating the world. And what is really absolutely interesting is their value has gone up by 1.7 trillion in 2020. And we are not even done. They will get even more value. This is particularly outstanding given the fact that we are in the midst of a global pandemic and economic depression. So there we witness many traditional companies going bankrupt and going down. Whereas in technology, you see the rise of new startups. It is a very dynamic sector, as you see, and they are dominating the world economy day by day, every day. Why is that the trend? Well, we can see that the underlying systemic shift is in technology. These new technologies you see in this chart, they are dominating our lives. They will be dominating our lives in the next decade, even more. Blockchain, 3-dimensional printing, Internet of Things, smart vehicles, self-driving cars, electric cars, renewable energy systems, smart devices, all our cell phones and mobile and social media, artificial intelligence, robots, algorithms, machines, Industry 4.0, all will dominate our lives, even more so in the next decade. Therefore, human resource systems are also systemically being transformed. If you want to be a top HR professional, you really need to understand these new technologies really well, because your job as HR professional your jobs are being transformed rapidly. So I wrote another article on this. Let's think about 2030, 10 years from now. How will the world look like? What do you think? If you become curious and think like a futurist and learn about future trends, then things get really interesting, because you learn that most things will not be linear. They will be non-linear. Things are exponential today. So you cannot think linearly. However, our brains are wired to think linearly. So you need to expand your brain to new possibilities to really understand where the future is going and where will you be in that future. So I wrote an article on this. I will not tell you more. Just click on the link when you access the document, and you will learn more about how the world will look like. Another article that I have recently written is on GPT-3. Have any one of you heard about GPT-3? What is it? Why does it matter? Why should we worry about it? I'm not a technical person. I don't know much about technology, but even I was really excited when I learned about this. So GPT-3 emerged just in the last 2 months before. It's something very recent. It is like an artificial intelligence technology. It is like an autocomplete. So whenever you start your prompt, it can continue your writing. All the world's knowledge, much of it has been uploaded on GPT-3. So Wikipedia forms less than 1% of GPT-3. So it is vast. It includes all human knowledge up to now, and it will help you as professionals. As a white-collar professional, as an HR professional, GPT-3 has the potential to transform your job in the next decade. So it's all about being curious. Where is the world going? And how can you better learn about these trends? How will they change businesses, organizations? So everything starts with curiosity. I recommend that you become more curious about these trends. Another article I have just written 2 weeks ago is Elon Musk's demo. As you know, Elon Musk has had a new demo with Neuralink, and I think that was another historical event. And have you realized that we are witnessing a breakthrough innovation almost every week these days? Every month there is a new technological breakthrough happening. And we are living in such nonlinear times that we will experience more and more breakthrough revolutions in technology. So Neuralink is about, when you think about the long-term future, it points to an era where you will have chips in your brain. Think about that. It is very radical right now, but there might come a day in the next decade or in the next 20 years where this will become mainstream. And imagine GPT-3 uploaded in your brain. Imagine that you can download your brain and share it with the new internet. Think about that. YouTube will not be enough for that. That requires a new technology. How can you show the contents of your brain, share the contents of your brain with the world? And when everybody shares their contents with each other, this will start perhaps a new era of telepathy, maybe. We don't know. And this will start a new creative renaissance. And this also means a new era where you will be working with machines, algorithms, robots, and artificial intelligence. So we are not ready for this new world. We need to learn. You need to learn tremendously. So in this era, I think you need to think like a Renaissance person. You need to become a Renaissance person. Think about Elon Musk. He transformed how many industries? He established PayPal, transformed financial industries. He transformed the car industry, invented electric cars, right? With Tesla. He is investing in solar energy. Solar City is another venture. Sustainability. So he's in a fight against global warming, which is another huge sector. And he also wants to carry colonize Mars and send 1 million people to Mars by 2050. And in his free time, what does he do? He has established a company called The Boring Company. He is digging tunnels. Why? To solve traffic problem of Los Angeles and in world cities. How can we solve the traffic problem? Because our cities are three-dimensional, our traffic systems cannot be two-dimensional. They also need to be three-dimensional. How can you do that? The best way is through tunnel systems. So this is his venture that he does as a hobby. And that hobby company is now worth more than $20 million. So if you become a Renaissance person and expand your interests in multiple fields, then you can also become a Renaissance person. You can read widely. For example, last week I read about physics, a great book by Kako on physics. 2 weeks ago, I read another book on sleep. And 3 weeks ago, I read another book on our bodies and our biology. And I read about space, I read about our brains. So how are these connected to human resources? They are connected, actually. You know, you need to think like a Renaissance person, and you need to conduct a lot of experiments in your field. So for long-term success, some people say you need to conduct 10,000 experiments. That's the new recipe for success. That means you need to give yourself a lot of opportunities for failure. You don't be scared of failure. Don't be scared. Just try out. Give yourself a lot of opportunities for failure. Conduct a lot of experiments every day. And that is what world leaders do, especially in business. Jeff Bezos, he says we conduct a couple of experiments every day. Zara, one of most innovative companies in retail, Zara says they are conducting tens of experiments every week. Google, Facebook, they are all conducting tens of experiments every day. So if you want to become successful, you need to fail a lot. Each experimentation means many of them will be failures. And you need to be comfortable with failure. Fail often, fail as much as you can, so that you can learn faster. Sir Dyson, for example, is a great example of this. He failed more than 5,120 times before he invented the Dyson vacuum cleaner. Imagine that. He failed 5,200 times. And he continued. He was persistent. He continued again until he was an inventor. And he invented the vacuum cleaner that he imagined. The same with everyone who is wildly successful. They have failed a lot. Think of J.K. Rowling. She submitted her manuscript, Harry Potter, to 12 different publishers. All got rejections 12 times. And then in the 13th time, it was published. And it became the wildest success story in the world of publishing, in history even. So, of course, you will fail. Fail often, fail early on, make a lot of experiments and learn from your experiments. So we are living in interesting times. We are currently preparing you for jobs that don't exist yet, using technologies that haven't yet been invented in order to solve problems that we don't even know that are problems yet. So this is the world that we are living in. It is a non-linear and chaotic world. See what happened this year? The pandemic, lockdowns, economic depression. So you need to prepare yourself for the unknown. And you need to be resilient. Nicholas Taleb says you need to be anti-fragile in this era. How do you do that? You learn about the new transformations in business. So what are the old rules versus the new rules? You see that talent has become based on a crowd-based economy. It is the gig economy now. And you see that the rise of artificial intelligence, machines, robots, algorithms are transforming every industry. And everything becomes much more multidisciplinary. So in this new era, you need new skills. This is one of the charts that depict what are these new 10 skills for the future, for our future workforces. You see, sense making is number one. How do you make sense of the world? Social intelligence, novelty, creativity is number 3. And then you have cross-cultural competency, computational thinking, interacting with machines, algorithms, new media literacy, transdisciplinarity, multidisciplinary thinking, design mindset, virtual collaboration, cognitive load management. So these are the new skills of the new era, and you need to develop new skills related to these. So I just would like to offer you some suggestions before we finish about this upcoming academic year. How can you become successful in this academic year? So here are my suggestions. Try to become a passionate professional in your field. Whatever you put into your master's, you will get out of it. So try to go beyond the class. Make your best contribution. Think about your life, your career after graduation. How can you best prepare yourself for the world out there? That means you need to sharpen your employable skills, job market skills, and you need to also build a CV that will set you apart from hundreds of others. So you need to carve your own path. We expect you to be present in all our sessions, and don't miss these sessions, especially as the things are all online, especially this semester. That also means you need to manage your attention very carefully. It is very much more difficult to concentrate and focus on classes in an online setting. You know, you can easily be distracted by your cell phones and by other things going on around you. So try to focus hard and try to make sure that you are in your sessions, in your classes, with your whole body, mind, and spirit to get the most out of it. You also need to organize yourself really well and work hard. Don't leave your assignments, projects to the last minute. Plan it in advance and work consistently and regularly. Think about your personal brand. What kind of a personal brand do you want to develop as a result of your year at UEA? Find your own Everest mountain and climb it. What do you really want to achieve in this world? And how will you get there? So I have adapted the periodic table. Remember the periodic table? I just adapted it. What are the periodic table of elements of success? You know, how can we be successful? And you can see the elements of success. It is my doodle, my interpretation. And I will be hopefully sharing more of my doodle work, artwork with you when you join my module, which is management skills and personal development. I'm extremely excited about that module. I have prepared really inspiring resources for you, exercises, a lot of creativity-based, fresh stuff. So I'm really very excited and looking forward to seeing you in January, starting January, in my module. Another recommendation, get prepared for the business world out there. As you are in your master's, you are much closer to your career and the business world. Where do you want to be at this time next year? In 5 years? What is your dream job? What are your passions? What makes you tick? What do you really want to achieve? How will you distinguish, differentiate yourself in the job market. So treat your master's year as an intellectual tour that will expand your horizons and change your life for the positive. So what can you do? You can do volunteering. You can play an active role in student societies. You can do internships or part-time or online work or project work, but think like an entrepreneur. So this is the startup of your life. So you need to think like an entrepreneur and be resourceful and resilient and creative. You also need to follow trends in the industry. So we are witnessing deep transformations in the world of business and human resources. And you see some of the drivers of these transformations in this chart. I will not go into these, but you can look at these and understand all these changes. But when we look at organizations and work, we see that there are deep shifts. Organizations are much more flexible. They are focused on, laser focused on innovation. They want everybody to be more creative. And today, you will have not just one career, but you will have even more than 10 careers in the next decade or so. So you will have multiple careers. That means you need to and act like a Renaissance person. You cannot just say, oh, my field is only human resources. No, you need to think wider. Learn about all the functions of business, but also learn about technology, learn about the future, learn about brands, learn about the job market, economy. So expand your perspectives. If you invest in yourself this year, this will be the biggest investment that you will be making. You know, investing in yourself is always your best investment. So why don't you establish a personal system of creativity and outstanding contribution? How will you establish your career? Think about that. Don't just focus on your grades. Think about your career, your life. Where do you want to really be? Be creative, innovative, create ideas all the time for your future. Start creating your own assets for your future. You know, asset creation is a long-term game. And let me tell you a little bit about my own journey of asset creation. So let me tell you a little bit about my own story of how I am creating my own assets. I'm thinking like an entrepreneur, and I'm thinking like an artist. And if you think like me, what I do, you will also create a lot of creative assets for your future, for your career. There are two ways to create assets. One, if you have money, you can buy assets, such as stocks, bonds, or you can buy a house and rent it, etc. All these assets will bring you future revenue, right? And that is the key to richness, becoming rich. However, let's say you don't have any money, then what happens? How do you develop your assets then? So that is option number 2. You don't have any money, but you want to develop assets. Your best chance then is to create your own creative assets. So that means you can create your own assets, creative assets, out of thin air, just by the sheer power of your imagination. It's all based on your imagination. Your brain is the most wonderful thing in the universe. And you are using little of your potential. You can multiply the use of your learning potential and your creative potential. It all starts with very small steps. You need to be confident and patient and consistent if you want to establish a system for creating your own creative assets. What are creative assets? Let's say you are writing an article, a blog. This is a creative asset. You are establishing your own YouTube channel, let's say. This is a creative asset. You are writing a book. You are composing music. You are creating your own company, business. You are creating your own lifestyle brand. You are creating your own fashion line, clothes. These are all your creative assets. And let me tell you, the best way to start is through very small steps. You can start small, but do it every day. Try to do something minimum, even if it's a small action. Start doing it right away, today. So what do you want to achieve? Let's say you want to write a book. That means write one page every day, just one page every day. If you write just one page every day, next year, when you finish your master's, you will have 365 pages of writing. So let's say you want to write your book. If you write just one page, if you create just one page, then you will have your book ready by next year. So that, how do I know this? Because I have done it. So I love doodling and artwork. So this is my, these are my doodles. I love doodling and artwork. What I did was every day I created a doodle, and I created these as learning exercises. Okay, so this is a book of doodles. I did it every day for 1 year, and then voila, this is my book now. And this is also the book that I use in my teaching. It is called Self-Making Studio. It is now sold in 14 different countries. So this is your asset. This became my asset. And the good thing about this is that your asset is like a soldier. It works for you day and night. People are buying this book. They are reading this book. And you will get money, sharing revenue from it in the upcoming years, even decades. Okay, so it's a very smart investment to create your own creative assets for the long term. But remember, this is a long journey. You cannot expect quick returns. It is a long-term journey. Another example that I will give from my own life, I started during this pandemic time. At the end of March, I made a decision that I would start writing my own blog on the site called Medium. Medium is a very popular site. There are about 200 million members, readers, who are reading that website. So I decided that I would write consistently on the things that inspire me, that excite me. Let's say I learned something new. It expands my understanding. I'm inspired. I immediately share it with the world. I type it up, turn it into a small article, and I started writing during this pandemic time. I started writing every day or every 2 days. Okay, and since late March until today, I have written and published more than 106 articles. Okay, now each of them is like an asset for me. Think about the cleverness of this idea. If you create like small articles, like every day, very small contributions, 1 page of writing, that's it. But they will accumulate over time. And in less than 1 year, next year, hopefully, you will have your own creative assets published. And you will be building your own audience. So right now, each of these articles, they are like a soldier. They are making money. You can build your audience. You can connect with your audience, but also you are learning from your own experience. You are amplifying your learning. You are sharing it with the world. So this is my story in asset creation. I also established my YouTube channel, by the way, under the lockdown. Unfortunately, it is in Turkish. Most of the videos are in Turkish, but still, I'm trying to change my life, make it more positive. And the best way, as I said, is to share. to share your ideas, your emotions, create some little artwork. If you create just one page every day, as I said, you will have 365 pages by next year. And you can share it with the world, okay? So I recommend you to do that and turn this period into one of the best learnings in your life. So if we go back, I'll just finish up very soon, but before we finish, I'll be sending you the slides, by the way, so don't worry. But before we finish, I just want to remind you, some of the last things. You can establish your own personal system of creativity and personal development and productivity. So try to connect with your teammates, make friends, connect with your peers at UEA and your colleagues. Try to establish lifetime relationships with them. Try to access information, the library, readings. Try to make the most of all these resources provided to you. Be curious. Open your mind to new perspectives. Be curious and learn from multiple disciplines, multiple domains. Be ready for positive change. Remember that change starts in very small steps. Be willing and curious and enthusiastic. Use your time wisely. Allocate time for asset creation in your daily schedule. Be courageous. Make a lot of experiments. Do a lot of experimentation. Fail early, fail often. Learn from your failures. Get up, be resilient, learn again. The best way to learn is to try it. You cannot know until you try it. Try it and fail and see what happens. You shouldn't be fearful of failure. Failures are good. Experiments are good. They will help you grow and become a better professional, a better individual in life. So you need to think like a Renaissance person and establish your own system of creativity and productivity. One of the best resources on this mindset is by Carol Dweck. She came up with this concept of growth mindset. So instead of a fixed mindset, you need to have a growth mindset. When you when you encounter challenges, embrace these challenges. When you encounter obstacles, don't give up, persist. Learn from these obstacles. Turn it into a learning experience. Be open to criticism. Learn from it. Learn from the success of others. Get inspired. And spend a lot of effort so that you can achieve mastery in your fields. So if you establish these principles, apply these principles in your life, you will have a lot of learning, and you will amplify your learning in your life. An announcement, if you want to become a student liaison for human resource management, you can volunteer, and student union will be coordinating the selection of this volunteering. But do you wish to become a volunteer for your cohort in human resource management? You will act as a liaison and leader, and you will incorporate the feedback of your classmates and share them with the university and attend a series of meetings. If you're interested, you can apply for this role and volunteer for this role. I have included 2 videos here. One of them is a musical, London musical. So hopefully London musicals are closed right now, but they will be open very soon. Whenever you have a chance, I recommend that you go to London and attend one of these musicals. It is a worldwide event. Some of the best musicals and theater, they are taking place at the heart of London, in London's West End. I recommend that you attend some of these. They are amazing, and they will give you a whole new perspective about creativity. And they are very imaginative. I recommend you attend some. And I also recommend you watch this series, Mr. Selfridge. It is about Selfridge's luxurious department stores in London. They were established 1 century ago at the heart of London. How did Mr. Selfridge establish this business? It's a story of entrepreneurship and marketing and business. So you will be inspired and you will learn a lot. But as you see, learning is not just related to your classroom. Open your perspectives widely and try to learn from all different resources. So I have included my contact details. I wish you best of luck in your studies. I wish you a really fulfilling, productive, happy year. I also included some tips on how to access UEA systems and online systems. So we have also included these tips as well. You can have a look in these links. I will be sharing all these resources. So I don't want to keep you too long. Sorry that I have talked a lot. I hope that you learned and you got inspired and you are excited. So do you have any questions? Let me close these slides now. Okay, so I'm opening the chat box and sending a message, hello. Okay, if you have any questions or any comments, any contributions, feel free to write up in the chat button and I can address them before we finish. I mean, I know that you are really busy, extremely busy, and there is a lot going on. So I don't want to, take too much of your time. And thank you so much for listening, for your patience. And you can always keep in contact. You will have my contact details. Let us keep in touch. The QR code, I will be sending those information along with the presentation. Okay, Lucy, I want to start a grad job, but we'll still have lectures then. Do you mean September 2021, Lucy? Next year? Yeah. I think it should be fine because by September, much of your coursework will already be done. You will have already submitted. There won't be any lectures. No, the latest lectures will be towards the end of August. I think towards the end of August. Yeah, after August, after the end of August, you won't have. Sorry, not August. Towards the end of July. After July, in August, you don't have any lectures. Your next class, check out your schedules. Please check out your schedules. You should have an online session coming up very soon. I can't see it right now, but check it out. Yes, we will have face-to-face classes. It is not yet the right time, unfortunately, but if we can figure it out this semester, you will have some sessions, rare sessions this semester as well. We are trying our best to optimize this so that you will have a healthy and secure and safe experience. But for hopefully, fingers crossed, starting in January in semester 2 and in semester 3, you will have much more in-person lectures and sessions, and things will get better by then. Okay, so yeah, Amy said, thank you, Amy. We have a session this afternoon, okay, at 4:30. Yeah, I will be sharing the PowerPoint, okay? I'll make sure that it is uploaded. I think humans will be still very important, Ms. Tong. So I think like even if the technology is accelerated and we will be working with machines and algorithms and robots, and we need to learn working with them, but they will be like your assistants. You will have the strategic perspective. You will have the imagination. You will have the creativity. You will have the human skills, empathy. So these skills are not easily replicated by robots and artificial intelligence. Therefore, humans will be still needed a lot. But you need to upgrade your perspective and skills. That's important. And you need to be open to learning new things, upgrading your skills, reading widely, developing deeper knowledge, and increasing your skills with working with these technologies, new technologies. These will be important. Okay, thank you very much. This was a great session, I think. Hopefully this year will be very helpful in expanding your perspectives, and we are here to help you regarding that. Remember, starting in January, hopefully in management skills and personal development, I will be sharing much more of these materials and more. I'm really excited, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all in January, hopefully in person in the classroom, and we will discuss more of these topics by then. Until that time, let us keep in touch, and I wish you best of luck in your learning journeys. Welcome to UEA again. Welcome to Norwich Business School. It is amazing to have you, fascinating to share this journey with you, and I wish you a very productive, creative, successful academic year. Welcome again. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for your interest. And welcome and congratulations again. And I wish you a great academic year and semester. Bye-bye.